I'm live, apparently. 3 of you already waiting for me. Hello, and welcome to a Friday, in case you weren't sure what day it was. I'm saying welcome to Friday as if you've just started your Friday. You might have just started your Friday. I don't know. Anyway, that's that waffle out of the way. Hope we're all doing good today. Made it to the end of another week on lockdown. Well done. It's been a pleasure to spend another one with you. With the light. But yes, not even a minute in, and I've already done the thing that I said I shouldn't do, which was mess around with my stick and hit something. So that's a strong start, isn't it? But yes, we've done it. Made it to the end of our second week. 5 of you here already. It's not even half past. Thank you, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're all feeling well today. Hope we're all doing good. We've got a nice, simple setup to end the week. Going to get us testing a few different areas that we've not actually covered yet. I've still got a few different ideas and a few new ideas coming up into the end of the second week. I surprised myself, to be honest with you. Yes, hope you're feeling good today. Those who did yesterday, I don't know about you guys, but my glutes are a little bit tender today. That's for sure. Got a bit of glute DOMs, as the technical terms would go. But yeah, they're a little bit tender. I think that's from doing that kind of rear foot elevated work on our chair yesterday. We got pretty wild with the things that were involved yesterday. Had a chair, one shoe, and of course the trusty old broomstick. I think the broomstick will be a permanent feature. But yeah, I hope you're not feeling too achy today, whether you did the class yesterday or not. I hope you're all feeling good. Give it a couple of minutes and we'll make a start. Like I said, we've got a few different bits and bobs to focus on today, but it's super simple with our setup. We're all just it's just working to time blocks. We don't have to worry about counting reps or anything like that. We've got a bit of a lower body focus to begin with, as if our lower bodies aren't already tender enough. And then we've got a bit of upper body focus as well in the second block. But we're bringing in some isometric work, which is basically a fancy term for holding one position at the end of the run through of exercises on each block, on the end of each sequence. So that should be fun, something a little bit different as well, just to challenge us in a slightly different way to end our week. But I'm going to give you guys a few minutes, let everyone get settled in, and we'll get started. But if you can, depending on what device you're viewing this on, you may have, I know that Jackie and John yesterday managed to get into the live chat, which is on my screen anyway, to this side of me. And if you can use that, then please do drop some comments in. Let me know how you're feeling as you go through. Interact with me. Let's have some interaction as well, guys. I know we're all probably feeling the need for that. If not, as some of you may have seen on the post I put up for the stream for today on Facebook, John's here. We've got the cloths going on. Thanks, John. If you can't do that, and I will ask you to interact with me at points today because I want to know how you guys are getting on. Jackie's here as well. So we've got Jackie and John. We've got the Jays. Both Jays can comment again. That's awesome. Thank you very much. But if you can't comment on the live stream, please comment on the Facebook post. All we need today, just to reiterate, we're not going rogue. I've calmed down. I had a moment of madness yesterday with a chair and a bag. All we need is our trusty broomstick. And over here somewhere, there is my bag. So sports bag, backpack, whatever you want it to be. Add a little bit of weight to it. We did some books, some tinned foods, anything that's going to make it heavier, really. I don't mind what you put in it. These are just suggestions. I've got a ray of sunlight directly on me, and I'm feeling like I'm going to go full cat mode soon and just make a little nest. And you guys can all just watch me nap. I'm not going to do that. However, that would be an interesting live stream. We've got number 5 in. Whoever you are, thank you for joining us. To be fair, it has only just gone 12:30, and that's when I say I'm live from. So I was here a little bit earlier again today just to get settled in. And I think I've got the hang of YouTube. I think I've got the hang of a YouTube live stream now, which is good. It's been, well, despite the initial teething issue, it's actually been pretty good. Cool. My mum's here again. That's always good. Glad you're here. Thank you. yes, let's give us, like I said, it's just gone past. Give it another couple of minutes just to get you guys settled in. So just to reiterate, I haven't gone rogue with our equipment today. Just our good old-fashioned broomstick. And behind me over here is my bag. It's all we're going to need for today. The setups are super simple. We don't have to count reps or anything today. You're literally just going to listen to me. And when I say we're at the end of the time for each exercise, that's what we're going to do. We have some focus on lower body to begin with and then upper body in the second block. Okay. As always, we'll get started with a bit of mobility work. Hope you're all feeling good today. Those who came along yesterday, anyone else got like pretty tender hamstrings and glutes today? Or is that just me? I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself to those who were here early, but I think the RIFA elevated work on yesterday's class is taking its toll on my posterior chain a bit. Fancy term for the back of my body, especially the lower section of it. I feel like my sanity's slowly draining. I think today there's been a few things that have kind of caught up with me as to just being on lockdown for 2 weeks now. I don't know if those of you on my Instagram page, I had a little bit of a egg-related mishap this morning. I'm still recovering from it, but basically I somehow managed to lose specifically just the yolk from my egg whilst transporting it to my bagel this morning. If you fancy having a laugh, John, well, you've got a point there, mate. Sorry, I got distracted by a live comment. But basically, I managed to lose the yolk from my egg whilst I was transporting it to my bagel. If you haven't seen it and you're on Instagram and you fancy having a laugh at my misfortune, do it, because it is pretty amusing. I still don't quite understand how it happened. And I've had a few people get involved and send me pictures of their perfectly fried eggs. So that's always good. Anyway, shall we make a start in a second? I reckon we should. I'm not getting involved with burn though, John. I have to teach, mate. I have to instruct. And I know you could say, well, you're doing it now. You've done it for the last however many weeks and in the live classes. And why would you not now get involved when we're actually doing it back in progress, doing it with the burn class? And I'd say, well, no, sir, because that's not how it works. But anyway, right. Water, broomstick, bag, floor space. That's all we need. That is all we need. Back to the traditional setup with our equipment today. All right. So let's make a start, shall we? That's nearly 8 minutes of me waffling because I got here a little early. So let's make a start. We're going to start off stood up today with our stick of the broom variety. Have a run for a few mobility drills for the lower body first. Some of them will be familiar for you from the last couple of sessions or the last couple of weeks. All right, let's do it. So I would like you stood up. Oh, Jesus. What idiot left a bag there. That was a strong start, wasn't it? Stood up, please. Stick in front of you as your balance aid. And what we're doing is, on your right foot to begin with, what I want you to do is push up onto your big toe. Okay, and as you come back down, once the foot's flat, lift the toes from the floor, lift the front of the foot from the floor, and that right leg will then go nice and straight. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the left. So push up onto your big toe, and then come back down, and then onto your heel and lift the toes up, and the front of the foot up. What we can start to do is get a little bit of a flow from each side. Let's start slow with it, and gradually work up. So what we're going to do here is start to get a bit of movement through the ankles. To start to load the joints a little bit and get the muscles around the lower leg working. So if you want to be bored with some technical terms, we're going to get the gastrocnemius, the soleus, and the tibialis anterior. Me bringing in fancy terms on a Friday lunchtime. But basically, just going to start to get the joints of the lower body moving, starting to add a little bit of light load for our body weight with them, and just start to get everything going. Chances are this may be your first bit of movement through the day. Either way, it's going to be important just to get everything moving. Let's get another 2 of those per side. Hopefully you've got a nice smooth flow with that by now. And then we're going to work up to the hips and knees. Sweet. From here, Staying around a hip width with your feet. Stick to one side. On the side that you have your stick for your balance aid, bring the same side knee lightly up, just below hip level, okay? From here, imagine you've got a pen coming from your knee and you have a piece of paper in front of you. That pen is touching the piece of paper. And what I want you to imagine you're doing to begin with is drawing a nice small circle around something about a ping pong ball size. Nice controlled circles, sorry. Controlled. Always making up new words, mate. Then gradually start to work it up to a tennis ball size. All the while we're keeping the supporting leg nice and straight and the core nice and steady. So ribs are drawn down. We don't want to be excessively flaring. Now start to gradually work up to a football size. So I expect you're probably starting to feel a bit of warmth around the hip itself. The quads, so the muscle on the top of the leg, may be starting to feel quite warm. Once you've got up to about a football size, just look to maintain that size for me. And go around the outside of that size. Another 2 to 3 times. So just keep that flowing. Excellent. Staying on this same leg. Pull the knee up more to hip height now. Keeping the core tight. Bring the foot down. Leave it hovering from the floor. And then I want you to keep the leg straight and come out to a slight diagonal just to get a bit of engagement and activation through the glutes. Then come back up. Then down, out, and through. Get another 3 or 4 of these. I'll show you a different angle in just a second. We turn slide on here, up into line, back, out, down, and through. Back, out, down, and through. If you're struggling to feel it in your glute, it could be a couple of things. It could be that you're not keeping your midsection and your core locked into position. So just think belly button in and ribs down. Either that or it's the angle. So just play with a slight diagonal line out, away from your hip. Cool. Let's switch over sides. So into the circles first again. So very much repeating what we just did on the other side. Start around a ping pong ball. Nice, small, controlled circles. Opposite legs, pin to the floor. Ribs are down. Start nice and small and gradually work up. Should be around a tennis ball size now. Now let's gradually start to work out towards the size of a football. Keep the ribs down. Keep stability strong through the supporting leg. Start to feel that warmth around the hip and around the quad itself. Soon we're at a football size. Then from here, pull the knee up, come down, out to the side and extend through the hip. So look again, that glute working again, down, out to a slight diagonal and pull into the glute and repeat. If you hadn't noticed your glutes from yesterday, those who did yesterday's class, you might start to notice it now. Let's get another 2 like that. Awesome. Okay, let's start to work a little bit more towards the upper body. So if you bring your broomsticks onto your upper back, let me just change that angle a little bit. Cool. Broomstick on your upper back. Okay, so we're not directly on the neck. We're coming down, just down from the neck onto the upper back, which you can't see because I'm not on the frame here, like this. Okay? And what we're going to do, we'll have with our feet at hip width, pointing forward. I want you to soften your knees. We're going to go into a hip hinge movement we've done a few times this week. Ribs drawn down, the core active. And I want you to draw your hips back away from the center of your body. So we're keeping the upper back set. We're keeping everything locked in tight with the core and then drive back forward. So we're using this to really open through the hamstrings, get a bit of a stretch through the lower back. We're just activating through the hip hinge a bit as well. Back up through and in. Just starting to wake up all those muscles, get everything firing as we go through. One more. stick down. We're going to finish off with a few floor movements for today. We're going to go into a cat and camel. 7 of you. Thank you, guys. Hello if you just joined us. What I want you to do is set hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. From here, I want you to imagine you've got a cable coming from your belly button down to the floor. That cable is just going to get pulled down towards the ground. And then I want you to think head up and shoulders down towards your back pockets. So you've got quite a nice upward curve of your back. If this feels quite intense and you feel like you're just pulling into your lower back, don't extend too hard, just ease off with that a little bit. Let the belly button cable just come up a bit, okay? This is our starting position. What I want you to think about doing is squeezing through your glutes. So squeeze your bum, travel up through the spine, then push your hands into the floor with the arms straight and pull your chin to chest. So you get a nice big rounded position with the back. Then from here, start by bringing your head up. So lead with the chin. Scoop your shoulders back down into your back pockets and then back into all fours. And we're going to repeat that. So we start with the eyes forward, shoulders down, belly button cable being pulled down towards the floor. Squeeze your bum. Tuck your tailbone underneath. Push away. Draw chin to chest. And from here, head comes up, lead with the chin. Scoop shoulders down. Belly button cable down towards the floor again and back into an extended position. Let's get 2 more like this in your own time. I'm going to shut up and let you focus on what you're doing. One more here. I think you're going from the lowest part of your back, traveling up into flexion. And then from here, head comes up and back down into extension. Awesome. Let that just relax off for a second. And we'll get a 4-point reach now. So we're going to get a bit of a rotational movement through the back. You've got this space here between the arm and the leg. I'm going to move this way a little bit so you can see what I'm doing a bit more. And I want you to reach through that space. The supporting arm can bend and think palms facing up, then come back out and switch. May get a few little clicks and crunches as you go through. Common areas that people feel this is sort of like in between the shoulder blades, the back of the shoulder blade itself. Sometimes down a little bit lower into the back. There's no right or wrong with this. It'll completely vary depending on who you are and what you've been up to. Excellent. Let's get 1 more of these per side. Awesome. So staying in this all 4 position, we're going to do a little bit of movement through the shoulders and then we're going to do a bit of activation and stability work. So what I'd like you to do to begin with is elevate and depress your shoulders. So in basic terms and basic way of looking at it is thinking I want you to shrug and draw your shoulders up towards your ears. And I want you to think push the shoulders down away from the ears towards your hips. And repeat that through the arms to stay in a straight, relatively relaxed position where they are. And pull down. And repeat that for us. One more. And down. So staying from this all 4 position, I want you to retract your shoulders. So allow the shoulders to draw into the center line. Imagine you're pulling them in towards your spine. And then push them away. So in and retract, then out and away. If you keep that going, basically the movement I'm doing here is arms out in front of us. We've done this with our stick before. In and back, and then pushing away. In and back, and pushing away. Just having that nice steady flow with it. Okay, that's the movement we're doing whilst we're on the floor. So, staying in our all 4 position, what I'd like you to do, tuck your toes underneath, so your feet are in this position here, so you've got your toes touching the floor. We've done this one before. I want you to bring your belly button in towards your spine and brace your core. Then from here, what we're going to do is extend opposite arm and leg, keeping the midsection stable, then back in and switch. Work to arrange that's appropriate for you. After a few, if you're feeling really unstable and like your mid, sort of like your lower back and your hips are wobbling around quite a lot, just think, okay, doesn't need to go quite as far. Just keep a little bit of a bend to the arm and the knee and focus on getting that stability there before you then extend further. If we can all get another 2 of those per side, just keeping a nice controlled pace to it. Perfect. Excellent. That is our pulse raiser ticked off. Hope you're all feeling a bit more limber and a bit better. What I'm going to do, you have a quick swig of water. I'm going to talk you through our first block for the day. Super simple today. It's going to be super effective. Okay. Start off with some lower body work. What we're going to do is we're going to do 2 rounds of 30 seconds on each exercise. And then we're going to do 2 rounds of 40 seconds on each exercise. And that'll be the same for the lower body block we've got to begin with and the upper body block we've got in a second. So with the lower body, we're starting off with a bit of a floor movement. And we did play around with this in a class last week. It might have even been early this week. I think it was towards the end of last week. So we're going to get our bag involved throughout this first bit with the lower body. What I want us to do, like we were a second ago for our bird dogs, I want you to start in an all-4 position over the top of your bag. What we're going to do from here, without placing your hands anywhere near the top of the bag or the weights, I want you to scoop your hands underneath the load, so we're not using any handles. We're then going to pull the bag in onto our lap. Okay, so your upper back should be on here. It's almost like you're rowing the bag into you. You can see I'm in this kneeling position now. And now what we're going to do is step forward and through, and then stand up. Then from here, we're going to step back down, pop back down, and then back into all-4 position. So hand underneath, row the bag into you. Step through, then back down. Okay, one more time for the people in the back. Scoop through, pull up here, up through, back down. Okay? After you've done your final one of those, what you're going to do is we're going to enter a Zercher position. So I want you to hold your weight towards the crook of your elbow. Elbows are tight to your torso, and the hands are in line with your chest. Okay? What we're going to do with this is a good old-fashioned squat. So once you've found that position, feet are going to be in your squat stance. Okay, ribs are pulled down for stability for your core. Control down through, open the knees over toes, and then push away from that. So keep your torso nice and upright against the load, and stand tall. Okay, what we're then going to do is maintain this position. Feet step into your hip width. And like we were doing with the stick on your back about 5 minutes ago, I want you to form a hip hinge like we were doing with that good morning movement. So knees are soft, hips hinge back, keep your torso upright against the bag, and push forward from there. So then squeeze your armpit shut to get the upper back nice and strong. Hip hinge back, push hips forward, and squeeze glutes. Do not let the bag pull you into a rounded position as you go through, and avoid excessive knee bend. Want the knees to be soft, hips come back, so we get a nice big stretch through our hamstrings, and then back up from there. Okay, so we'll do those 3 in that order. You're then going to pop your bag down, and what we're going to do, don't mind which knee you start on, which leg you start on, but I want you to enter a split stance here. In 2 90-degree angles, plant yourself, core nice and tight, and we're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. Okay, you're then going to stand up, have 30 seconds off, and then we're going to the next round. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten that we're doing a split stance here. You're going to switch sides on the second round. Okay? So, those are our exercises. So 3 movements, 1 hold. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have 30 seconds rest in between, and then we go again. All right? Once we've done that, we're going to do that twice through. We're then going to up the time to 40 seconds on each. Okay? With 40 seconds rest. We're doing 2 rounds of that as well. And then we're going to switch it up to more upper body focus. I've made a rookie error again. and I need to run to the bathroom. But please drop me a quick message, either on the live chat, Jackie and John, I know you can do that, or on the status, and we'll get cracking in just a second. I'll be 2 seconds. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. All 6 of you stayed around, which is very, very kind of you. So we've got Jackie and John, I know are all good. Helen, Mum, quick message on the Facebook post where you guys have already commented. Just let me know that you understand what we're doing and we're all good to go. Would be perfect. I'm going to give it another minute tops and we'll get going either way. But I just want to make sure you guys are all good. But like I say, nice and simple. Just to confirm, 30 seconds on everything. And then we have 30 seconds rest. So 3 movements first. The 4-point lift, Xerxes squat, and then goat bag swing, or that hip hinge, okay? And then we're going into a 30-second hold in the lunge position. And then from there, we are repeating 2 rounds. And then we're going from there. So I know who 4 of you are, because we dropped down to 5. As soon as I said that, someone dropped out. I'm sorry if I did something to upset you. But yes, let's get going, shall we? 30 seconds on each. Let's make a start. I'm going to go off my timer. And remember, I'm not going to mug you guys off because I'm doing it with you. So let's get into our starting position with your bag on the floor in a position where you've got space to go into an all-4 position. So, in starting positions, please, I'm going to count you down from 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hands have to go under your load. Pull it up into a row onto your lap, then stand tall. Then from here, control down, back onto the floor, back into all 4s. Hands on, row, stand tall. Let's keep that flow. 15 seconds gone. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Straight to Xerxes position for your Xerxes squat. Let's go. Keep knees over toes. Torso's nice and upright. Keep cores tight. Think belly button towards your spine. 15 gone, 15 to go. From here, we've got our hip hinge movement, maintaining the same position with the load. 3, 2, 1. Feet come into hip width. Stay upright with your torso. Knees soft. Hips travel back. Stretch the hamstrings. Draw in. 10 seconds gone. 10 seconds. Then we're into our split stance, into our lunge position, and holding it. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. So 2 90-degree angles. Plant yourself to the floor and hold that. $15 gone, 15 to go. On the legs. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. 30 seconds off, get in some water. First one done. Nice and easy, right? Legs are going to be warm. 15 seconds. We go again. Back to 6 again. Thank you for coming back. 3, 2, 1. From an all-four position, scoop the hands under. Row into your lap. Stand up tall. And step back. Control down. All fours. All in. Up you go. 15 gone. 15 to go. Once you've got the flow with it, once you're completely understanding what you need to do with this, you can start to pick the pace up a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Search your position. Squat. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hip width with your feet. Core tight, knees soft, hips travel back. Sit nice and upright against the weight. Halfway. Hope you remember what leg you started on with your lunge, because we're doing the opposite leg coming up now. 3, 2, 1. Pop it down. Switch sides. Opposite leg to one you did a second ago. About 2 90-degree angles. Think body weight nice and centered. So you're not favoring or loading one knee more than the other. Feet pinned down and grounded. 15 seconds gone already. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds off. Get in some water, catch your breaths. As our 30-second round all takes off, doing the exact same setup, exact same movements, but we'll be doing 40 seconds on each for the next lot. All right. 5 seconds into starting position in all fours. 3, 2, 1, let's go. You should all have a really good understanding with this now. On to 40 seconds on everything. Let's get that pace up a little bit. Just going up to halfway. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Look to get another 2 in at least. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Search a position for your squats. There we go. If anyone was wondering what I was doing, that wasn't a really horrible rep. It was just my stopwatch backlight's gone off again. 20 more seconds. Stay nice and upright with your torso. Keep your core locked in. 10 more seconds. Legs are warm now. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Same load position. Feet to hip width. Knees soft. Hips back. Push forward. Stretch your hamstrings. Drive through. Over halfway. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Opposite leg again. 40 seconds here this time. Center yourself. Find your balance. Catch your breath. Listening to the relaxing sounds of Enshikari. 15 seconds gone. One more round with this lower body setup next. Halfway through. Ten more seconds. 40-second rest coming up in 3, 2, 1, and rest. 40 seconds off. Get in some water. Hope you're all doing good. Strong start. Got back to 6 people. Thank you, guys. Get in some water. 30 seconds are still to go. One more round. One more round with this setup. Legs are nice and toasty, aren't they? Simple but highly effective today. That's for sure. 10 seconds to the final round. 5 seconds. Into all fours over your bag again. In 3, 2, 1. Hand scoop underneath. Row it into you. Up into standing. Down you go. All fours over the top. Row in. 10 seconds gone already. Only 30 left. Halfway through this time block. 20 seconds left. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Get one more in if we can. 3, 2, 1. Search the squat. 10 seconds gone. Halfway. Quads are warm now. 10 more seconds. We got it. Give a nice steady flow. 3, 2, 1. Keep the same position and hip hinge. Let's do it. Final time we're doing this setup. My legs are toast. Just coming up to halfway for this time window. 20 seconds to go. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Split stance, 40 seconds here. Final time before we move on to some upper body work. Strong work, everyone. Let's keep it that way. Keep everything nice and tidy. Everything locked in. Body weight nice and central. Core tight. Jelly legs might be upon you. Halfway. Nearly there. Myself. Starting to get the twitches a little bit. 10 more seconds. Stay strong. Breathe through it. 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Shake your legs off. That sucks. Oh, my legs. Got my disappearing shorts on. All right. Give yourself a minute and I'm going to start to talk at you about the next block for upper body work. Drop me a quick comment. Drop me a quick comment on either YouTube or the Facebook post. Let me know that you're okay. We'll go into upper body. That sucks. Oh, my quads. And I've got hiccups. What's going on? What idiot's idea was that, eh? Jackie, John, those who can comment on the live chat straight away. How are we? If you can comment on my Facebook post, let me know how you're doing. Those who can't, that'd be wonderful. Legs are warm, aren't they? Jelly legs for real, Helen. I feel you. I'm with you. Definitely with you on that one. Definitely with you. Nearly got the old speed wobbles on that last one, on that last hold. Nice bit of Jackie. What is that? Is that like a what's that? Is that one of those I can't remember what they're called. Some sort of pudding. I could go for some pudding right now. Full disclosure, I had a bit of lemon drizzle cake pre-circuit class. It's you know, suddenly power through right now. Right. Cup of tea. Yes. Nice cup of tea, John. I bet you're on an absolute tea binge at the minute, aren't you? When you average what, like... Oh! Okay, Jackie, I'm on the same page as you now. Jelly works. Yeah. John, I bet you're you have 6-7 cups of tea on a good day, right? But the tea's out of control at the moment. Unlimited tea supplies. Right. Let's start to talk you guys through the upper body setup, shall we? Hope you're all doing okay. Yeah, that's the leg stuff done for today, I promise. There'll be a bit of an active stretch on one of them for the hamstring, which will probably be quite nice. You ran out of tea bags, John. Jesus. I hope you're all right. Anyway, upper body work. So we're starting off with a row. Hopefully some of you guys may be able to perform this with your bag, so you've got a bit of load with it. But let me talk you through this. Everything's the same with the time setups. So I can perform this with my hands to each side of my back. We did a bent over row. I think it was either early this week or the end of last week. If you can't do it with your load and it's just a bit too awkward, you can use your broomstick, and I'll show you that in a second. I want knees soft, core tight, hips back like we were doing a second ago for your hip hinge movement with the front load insertion. From here, lead with the elbows and retract your shoulders. So draw your shoulder blades together again, like we were doing with that all four movement for the warm-up. Okay? 30 seconds of that. We're then gonna go into a stiff arm starting position with the body straight. And I want you to do a stiff arm pike press. So I want you to push your hands into the floor. As you're doing that, the hips are gonna draw up. Almost like you're doing a down dog. What I want you to think about doing with your shoulders is elevating them and then retracting them. So we're looking to feel that in the mid to upper portion of the back. Push up, in and together. Push up, in and together. So we're going to get a bit of a stretch through the hamstrings and the lower back here, but I mainly want you to focus on, essentially what I'm doing is, as I'm actively pushing my hands into the floor, my shoulders are coming up, and then they're drawing back and in and together. So we're pulling into this space here. Okay? Then you hinge down, let them relax. So that's the movement essentially that we're doing. But just give that a quick go without you being in position. Arms here, push up, draw back and retract. Push up, and then draw your shoulders. Imagine you're trying to pull your shoulder blades together and squeeze in. You should really feel that in the upper back. Okay? Then from there, we go into a front laying, so prone, pull down. I've played around this before. On both arms up overhead, pull down and squeeze. So think, lead with the elbow, push the elbow down towards your hips, and then come back up. And back up. Arms fully extended between. Then push the bottom of the shoulder blades down towards your hips as you drive down, and then back out. We're going to do that, and then we're going to go into a hold. Nice and simple. You don't have to do too much different. From this starting position, I want your arms off the floor. I just want you to maintain that for the time. So 30, 40 seconds. Just hold that there. You can have a light fist or arms long. I don't mind what. But that's going to feel delicious on the shoulders and encourage a bit of extension through our backs, which is what we can all benefit from with us spending a lot more time sat down for the vast majority of this anyway. So that's our 3 movements and 1 isometric. So first movement's the bent over row. If you can't do it with your bag, use your broomstick. In the same position, core tight, pull in, control that. Okay? Either that, or if you can do it with your bag, exactly the same again. Keep the arms tight to the torso, draw in and squeeze, and control that. Okay? Stiff arm, pike press, straight arm position to begin with. Drive your shoulders up and then together and control back down. Up, together, back down. Then prone pull downs, arms fully extended, arms off the floor, push down, squeeze. Then bottom of the shoulder blades towards the hips. 30 seconds of those. Then we're just going to hold this eye position 30 seconds as well. Okay? Exactly as we were. 2 rounds at 30 seconds, 2 rounds at 40 seconds. Okay? Quick messages. I'm going to give you guys a minute from here. Otherwise, I'm just going to make a start, okay? Have some water quickly, but give me a quick thumbs up, either on here or on the Facebook post, and let me know you're all ready to rumble. It's nice and warm again, isn't it? Sun is out. It's meant to be a delightful weekend, apparently. Helen, I think it might be a bit of a challenge on the last 40-second round as well with the old arms. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it a solid go. John, thank you. Jackie, thank you. Right, let's look to make a start, shall we? I'll just let Helen get back on the feed, because I think she's having a jump between screens. And then we'll get going. So 30 seconds on everything again. 30-second row. 30-second stiff arm pike press. 30-second pull downs. And then got an avocado. Thank you, ma'am. And then we're going to do a eye position and hold that for 30 seconds as well. 2 rounds like that, and then 2 rounds at 40 seconds. Let's finish this week nice and strong, shall we, everyone? So, into position, please. We're starting off with your bent over row. We're going to do 30 seconds on everything to begin with. So, you start stood up for me, bag in your hands, or broomstick in your hands, and ready to enter your bent over position. We count you down from 5 again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Into rows. Lead with the elbows. Pull the broomstick or your bag in towards you. And then control arms out to full extension. The core stays tight. I want you to keep your arms tight to your torso and think you're squeezing your shoulder blades together at the top. 10 more seconds. And then into stiff arm pike press in 3, 2, 1. Stiff arm pike press. Let's get it. From that straight arm position, push your shoulders up and together, then back down. Shoulders up, together, control back down. Hands into the floor, shoulders travel up towards the ears, and then I want you to draw them back in together. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Lay face into the floor, arms off the ground, into a pull down. Arms fully extend, and drive your elbows down towards your hips, and get that upper back on. I think bottom of the shoulder blades down towards the hips as you pull down. 10 more seconds, and we're holding the eye position. Do not let your hands touch the floor when we go into that hold. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Fully extend overhead and hold. This is going to suck. Just find a steady breathing pattern as much as possible. We're halfway. 10 seconds. Keep them off the floor. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds off. Well, that eye position was fun, right? That was deceptively challenging. Got about 20 seconds before the next round comes in. Nearly there. Ten seconds. Into starting position for your rows, please. Get yourself ready. All exactly as it was. In 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Bent over rows. Drive in. Retract and squeeze the shoulder blades together in towards the spine. And then control out. Keep the core tight. Think your chest to be over the bag the whole way through. 10 more seconds to go. You're pulling it in towards your belly button area. 3, 2, 1. Stiff arm, pike press up. Push your hands into the floor. Elevate your shoulders, then draw them together at the top. Control down. Elevate, back together, then down. Elevate, draw together, down. Five seconds to go. Keep that going. Big squeeze in the upper back. 3, 2, 1. Prone pull downs. Let's do it. As you drive your elbows towards your hips, push the bottom of the shoulder blades down towards your hips as well, please. Shoulder blade. Lose the ability to speak once again. Halfway. I don't know about you, but my back is very warm already. 3, 2, 1. Into prone eyes. Steady breathing. I know this is going to be challenging. I'm doing it with you guys. Let's keep it up. Keep those arms from the floor. We're nearly at halfway. Ten more seconds. Do not let them drop. Keep them at shoulder width above your head. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Christ. Anyone else verging on cramp with that? In that eye position? 2 more rounds. But the kicker is that we're doing 40 seconds on everything. We're doing great. We're doing really, really good. So last bit of work we're going to do as a collective to this week, guys. Let's finish it strong. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bent over rows. 40 seconds on everything now. Let's keep that flow. God, my upper back is super warm. 15 gone. Halfway. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds. Penultimate round here, guys. Stay with it. Stay strong. 3, 2, 1. Into stiff arm pike press. Let's do it. Shoulders come up and back as you press up. Push up, back in together. Push up, back in together. Arms stay straight the whole way through. We're at halfway. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds. Push them up, back, and together. 3, 2, 1. Front pull downs. Let's do it. Bottom of the shoulder blades towards your hips as you drive your elbows down. Get those lats firing. Halfway. This next one's going to be fun. Let's really test ourselves with this 40-second hold. 10 seconds till it comes in. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Nice steady breathing. If you find it's really just cramping in your upper traps and your upper back, draw your shoulders away from your ears a little bit. We're halfway. Trust me, guys, this is sucking for me as much as it is you. I'm just trying to play it cool. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 40 seconds off. Oh my word. I don't think I've hit my upper back this hard for the entirety of this lockdown. Potentially, mightn't be ever. Good Lord. Got one more round. One more round, we're nearly there. On 20 seconds more rest. Final bit of work for the day, and then you lovely people can go and enjoy your weekend. Five seconds. Let's get it. Into position. Last bit of work. 3, 2, 1. Bent over rows. Let's do it. Really phone. It's halfway. Cortina's coming in to G you on for this last block. Last bit of work for the day. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Stiff arm pike press. Let's do it. Elevate shoulders as you push out, then retract. Elevate, retract. Halfway. 10 more seconds. Elevate, retract. 3, 2, 1. Throwing pull downs. 40 seconds. Final minute 20 of work for our day today. Come on. Keep it going. Nearly there. We're halfway for our pull downs. Ten more seconds. Then the final hold in that I position for the day. This is going to suck, I know it is. I'm doing it with you in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lactic acid is very much a strong part in this one, but embrace it, enjoy it, breathe through it. Nearly halfway. $15 seconds to go. Final 10. Ugh. 3, 2, 1, and done. Oh. Alright. You may have just collapsed like I did and just laid straight face down on the floor. If you have, just chill out there for a second and catch your breath. In fact, if you roll yourself onto your backs, if you haven't laid down on your back either way, and I'll just talk you through those breathing drills again, just to mellow you out to begin with. Very, very well done. Honestly, that was up there. And that's the hardest we've hit our upper bodies, especially backs, in any of these classes. As all the gym bros would say, I've got an upper back pump. Upper back is pumped, bro. How are you feeling? Right. Have a little lay down. have a little lay down and let's focus on some breathing, shall we? So I'm just going to talk you through it today. One hand on your stomach, one hand on your chest. And just start to focus on some breathing. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. I know, John, are we indeed? Let's go for 5 breaths, nice deep breaths, in the nose, out the mouth. Go for a count of 3 in and 3 out with your breaths. As you're going through these breaths, just start to pay attention to what and where you're breathing into. And start to divert your attention to breathing a bit more into your stomach area, the hand that's on the stomach towards your belly button. Just keep that breathing flow going for me. In the nose and out the mouth. Just start to let everything mellow out. I notice a few of you having to drop off. I know that a lot of you got to get back to work. So I'll keep it short and sweet. Got shaky arms as well, Jackie. It's my upper back more than anything, personally. Right. Guys, we're already at an hour. So I'm going to say thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy your weekends. So thank you very much again for watching. I'm going to be contacting you guys. I'll give you guys all a message just directly to say thank you and just to see how you're all doing and to speak to you and have a bit of a catch up as well. But another great fun week of doing the classes. The feedback I've had again has been brilliant. So really, really appreciate it. And like I said, I'm going to keep these going for as long as necessary, basically. Hopefully we can all get back to our normal lives very soon. I think we can all benefit from that. As much as this is nice, there's elements of it that are very enjoyable and there are positives for sure. I know we're all itching to get back to normality, really, aren't we? But have a wonderful weekend. I'll be in touch and I'll speak to you guys soon. Look after yourself. Stay safe, stay strong, stay well. Thank you all very, very much. Goodbye.